All right, let's get right into it. We're in this new world of AI-powered engineering, right? And we're seeing these AI agents do some amazing things, making these big claims about the work they've just done. But, as any engineer will tell you, a claim is just that, a claim. The real question, the one that separates a solid system from a shaky one, is always, where's the proof?
This probably sounds pretty familiar, doesn't it? You have your AI coding assistant, it runs some complex check across a bunch of services, and boom, a second later, you get this really neat, confident-sounding summary. And on the surface, that feels amazing. It feels like real progress, like the AI is actually a productive member of the team.
And here it is. This is the big question, isn't it? That summary is great, but it's not evidence. How can you be absolutely certain that what it's telling you is what actually happened? Because if you can't, you're basically building your whole project on a foundation of, well, maybe. Okay, so let's unpack the real problem with these promises. We're going to break down exactly why just taking an AI agent summary at face value is a super risky way to manage a software project. I love this term they use, trust by vibes. It's perfect. This is what happens when you just accept what the AI says because it feels right, or because the summary sounds so confident. Think about it. It's the engineering version of a junior dev saying, "Don't worry, it works on my machine." It's a feeling, not a fact. And this trust by vibes thing, it comes with some really specific dangers. For example, an agent might summarize way too aggressively, just glossing over some subtle but super critical warnings. Or it could totally miss truncated output. It sees the first 1,000 lines of a log file look good and reports all clear, but the fatal error was actually on line 1,000. And get this, it can even confuse a command that was canceled by the system with one that actually failed, which completely misrepresents the state of your code. It all just leads to this really dangerous false sense of confidence. So, the takeaway here is pretty clear. We have to move past this. We need to replace that vague, kind of risky feeling with something solid, something concrete. We've got to shift from trust by vibes to trust by evidence.
So, let's talk about the solution. What does it actually look like to turn an AI's claim into cold, hard evidence? It's not as complicated as you might think, but it does mean changing the workflow in a pretty fundamental way.
And this is that workflow in a nutshell. First, the agent makes its claim, same as before. But, and here's the critical change, instead of just nodding along, the user, or maybe an automated system, challenges it. It says, okay, prove it. Then the system actually reruns those crucial commands, but this time it captures everything. So the final output isn't just a summary, it's the actual verifiable result of the command that ran.
I think this is so important because it really demystifies the word evidence. It's not some abstract idea. It's a specific set of facts you can actually check. You need to know the exact command that was run. You need to know its final status. Was it completed or canceled or did it fail? You need the exit code from the system. And most importantly, you need the raw, unfiltered terminal output so you can check it against the agent's summary yourself. This is what proof looks like.
So why do we care about all this technical stuff? Well, if you're an engineering manager or a team lead, this is everything. It's the difference between hoping things are on track and knowing they are. At the end of the day, this is the whole point. It isn't about not trusting your AI tools. It's about building a system that's so reliable that when an agent says a task is done, you have a verifiable, evidence-backed record sitting right there in your repository that proves it. It's about getting rid of that nagging anxiety of the unknown and replacing it with a rock-solid confidence of the proven. I'm going to pause here for a sec because this quote just nails it. In AI engineering, validation is not what the agent remembers. It is what the evidence shows. It perfectly captures the whole mindset shift. An AI's memory, its summary, that's fallible. But the ground truth, the actual evidence pulled from the system itself, that isn't. So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this question to take back to your team. The next time an AI agent tells you something is finished, ask yourself, are we operating on trust by vibes, or can we actually point to the evidence that proves it? Because the answer to that question could be the difference between shipping successfully and a very subtle, very quiet failure.